Welcome to my journey through SalveCraft. Now, I've got a little bit of explaining to do, so let's hop straight into it. Well, here we are, and yes, I did take my armor off just for that shot. Here's my base, folks. It consists of 3 different buildings, if you count the water tower as a building, which is purely cosmetic. You have this building over here, which doesn't have a label on here. If you can guess which this one is, it's pretty hard. It's wool. This is my wool farm in here. I'll show you real fast. This has every color of sheep, and it's purely the most humane wool farm you've ever seen. Down below are all the different bins with the colors. Now that's the wool farm right there, and you got a little guy carrying some wool away. Up here is my honey farm, which only does honeycomb because I don't have the glass to make the bottles, and it's raining. Lovely. Well, like I said, in here's my honey farm, which is purely honeycomb, which is why I have honeycomb. And I actually had to turn this farm off because, well, I don't need that much honeycomb, and I have even more than that. So, that one's turned off at the moment because I don't need to be using up the shears in there. And if you saw down here, this is my mine shaft. And there goes my minecart. It goes down to 2 different levels. It stops at the iron level, and then it continues all the way down to the diamond mining level. And that's pretty much my base, other than over here. I forgot to show you guys, but I have an iron farm. So why do I go down to the iron level? I don't know anymore. But this is my iron farm. It's a pretty simple iron farm, and what are those effects? Is that like a flaming axolotl in the water? I don't know. Like I said, there's the iron. So this is my base. Pretty simple. Welcome to SalveCraft, and welcome to my base. Now, as beautiful as my base is, it has some deep secrets. And yes, I did just fight off a whole horde of pillagers, which is why I've got an arrow in my shoulder, my back, and everywhere. But there's, like I said, some deep, dark secrets. And the biggest one is this problem up here. My storage. There is no storage. My storage is here, in a mess. Basically, if I say, you know what, this chest is full. Let me search around for a couple hours to try and find some wood, and then I'll say, oh, I found some wood. Okay, let's take some wood, go like this, make myself another chest, and let's place it down here. Okay, now I can store all my items. I just add on and on and on. Which is why I have now decided to place a death rose, or what is this called? A wither rose? A wither rose. I've placed a wither rose right here at my feet of my bed. Why? So that every time I wake up or walk across here, I get hit by it and realize I need to clean up my storage. So I need to do that. Now, I've made a little list with the criteria I have for my storage. And I'm not really sure what I want to do for it. It can either be what I typically do, which is like, oh, the wool storage will be in here, the honeycomb in there, the iron with the iron farm, and I'll have different builds for each storage. Or I could do a big storage system, and this one would have an automatic sorting system. It would have shulker storage for mass products, so if I throw in a whole bunch of stone or cobblestone, it would go into shulker boxes. It would have multi-item sorting. So if there's like torches and lanterns and something, it would all go into a single chest. And it would have entrances for farms. So the wool farms would all feed into the storage system. So everything is just in one big area. And the last thing that I hid from you guys, haha, it's gotta look pretty. It's gotta look pretty. So, leave the comments down below what you think I should do. Should I have it be separate? Or should I have it be one big thing? I don't really know because they both have advantages. Alrighty, let's check and see what the Goliath Gruber has given us on the way of diamonds today. Starting with the non-sellers, rotten flesh, nothing. Arrows, nothing. String, nothing. Bones and gunpowder, these are the ones that might do us well here. Nothing on the bones. Dang. Gunpowder, please. Yes, okay, that's good. That's good. And the other one? That's also good. Alright, let's take these diamonds. Nope, not this iron. And as you see, I'm leaving 3. That's just to trick people into thinking that people already bought them. They're not pre-placed there by me. And we're over a stack of diamonds. Let's go. Alrighty. I think I've delayed the inevitable enough. It's time to start building, and I'm thinking we get rid of that really ugly hole of an iron farm over there. Now, we're not getting rid of it, we're just gonna put a building over it. And I'm thinking we do some like iron forging thing. So, let's hit that time-lapse music. And there you have it. The iron build is in. Now, I hit something I call Builder's Block, which is the Minecraft version of Writer's Block, which is why you didn't see all these details, such as the metal sign go in, but here it is. It's pretty cool. We've got a little molten iron pit pulling out with the crane, got a little workstation over there, wheelbarrow, all sorts of things here. On this side, I decided to hang up some banners. What for? I don't really know, but like I said, I hit Builder's Block. I added the chimney, which you didn't see, and then inside you weren't able to see, which is all of this. Just some nice little storage, some smelting stuff, and then a forge and a furnace. Now, I still have a whole bunch of stuff to do, mainly landscaping and some armor stands. So, let's get straight to it. And just like that, we have some foliage around here. I do have plans for the background, which is going to be a nice big pine forest, but that's all for the front row of trees. Now let's get started on some armor stands. And poof, just like that, we have some nice life added into the build, with a guy working on some gold here, which is supposed to be some molten iron, not fully molded yet, and then you got some iron laying around. We've got some iron here, got some iron in the wheelbarrow. This iron block is now dripping iron back to where it's molten, and I added a piece over there. Now, as you can see, with builds like this, there's quite a lot of resources used up. And the way I get these resources is from the shopping district, buying them with diamonds. Now, my current shops don't make me a whole lot of diamonds, so I think I want to come up with a better way. And during this build, we were right over the iron farm. Thus, we got a whole lot of iron. So I kind of want to do something with this. Now, my original idea was kind of stupid. I thought, well, what if I sell torches and lanterns? Because lanterns use up iron, and maybe I'll use up some of the iron. Now, I wouldn't be using up very much of the iron, and I don't know that they would sell, but I could do light sources. Then I realized, there's a couple other light sources. You have torches, lanterns, soul lanterns, campfires, soul campfires, and many more, including a very big one that is very profitable. Beacons. Yes, I consider beacons a light source because they make nice lampshades. So, let's build a wither farm and sell some beacons. I've already found a nether fortress that's in a soul sand valley, as well as set up a little base here, so let's start torturing ourselves and build this thing. This farm was actually super simple, and as you can see, it's super effective. And thanks to Ianxofour, whose video is linked down below, I didn't have to spawn-proof either the biome or the nether fortress. So this made it super simple. Now I added a little bit of an extra thing here for a storage system, so I can run it overnight, as well as a beacon, so I get regeneration and won't die. Now let's run it overnight and see what we get. This farm is super efficient. However, as you can see, there are still mobs spawning that we don't want there. If anyone knows how to fix this, please let me know down in the comments below. next morning and we have finished running the farm. As you can see from these chests, we got quite a lot of bone blocks as well as bones, which I haven't compacted down. Again, we got a ton of coal blocks and a little bit more coal, but this chest holds our prized secret of one night of, it's not exactly one night, it was maybe 4 hours. It depends on how often other people are online, because if other people are in the overworld, this farm doesn't work due to the portals. But we got 6 stacks of wither skulls. That's enough to make 2 stacks of beacons. So now the tedious task is going and fighting all those withers to get the nether stars. Here we are coming up on the last few bits of these withers, and I've only actually done half of them because, well, it's loud and it's boring. And as you can see, I've got myself a little system down. It didn't work at first. I blew it up and there was some withers loose, but they didn't blow up too much area. And luckily they didn't go to the roof, which is what I was very worried about. So they just kind of stay down here and they stay in the bedrock. And there's a little layer of obsidian, so when it goes into this second phase, the sword phase, they go down a little bit, and the obsidian stops them from falling through and being able to hit me. So if you want to replicate this, it's a very simple system. What I figured out is you just need to have the heads for the wither inside of bedrock, and then obviously a couple around it possibly to stop it from moving around. But then as you see, I come over to this angle, and when it shoots, it's just shooting straight into the bedrock, meaning it doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't blow anything up, which is very convenient and does an attack. And here we go. Let's just finish this one off. Give me the 64th nether star and the 64th. I want my money. And there you go. So as you can see, it's a pretty simple system here. I just have 1, 2, 3. Place, it has to have at least 1. There's a second one above it, second bedrock. So you have to have 2 above where you're placing the tail of it. Then you place the 3 heads here. It doesn't matter where. And then back here, so I have this, and then there's 4 bedrock up there, which holds it in. So if it's 4, it spawns in the middle here, can't move around, and then I turn it at an angle, which is why I attack it from here, which means these pieces here, I don't know if you need that one or that one, but it's definitely safer to have them than not. But these 2 pieces will block the skulls from shooting me, and then it just stays there and boom. And with that, I have just taken the time to go collect all of the obsidian, and I have the glass and the nether stars. So I can now go in here, type in the word beacon, and bam, 52 beacons. I'm still missing a little bit of glass, it seems, so let's go and check on that. I'm using my furnace array over here, which I think this is going to be, until I get a big like super smelter, this is going to be my smelting area. So we can wait on this to be done, and here we go. All the glass has finished up. So let's collect all this beautiful glass and head over to the crafting table. If I can fly over there, that is. Here we are. And once again, we type in the beautiful beacon, and bam, 64 beacons. That is going to sell for quite a lot. I had a ton of people asking me to get beacons up, so instead of building a whole massive thing, I just decided to do this simple little build. That actually took a little bit because the armor stands, but there's a nice little beacon cart, and we decided to sell the beacons at 1 diamond block, which is what they've always sold at in the past, and I think is a pretty good price based on the fact that I'm going to have billions of beacons. And then I said there's more lighting sources and wither skulls coming soon. So we're not going to sell just the beacons by themselves, we're also going to sell the wither skulls due to the fact that people want to use them for like mining and whatnot. And that, folks, is how we're going to end today's episode with the cows moving in the background. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, please remember to subscribe and like, and leave a comment down below on what I should do for my storage system, as well as any builds in the future. Really appreciate you guys sticking around, and have a good rest of your day.